The last section, we explained about Databricks architecture. So at that time, we talked about a driver, executor, and cluster in all the component of Databricks. And this particular section will be focusing on workspace and notebook only. So what is the workspace and the notebook? How those are differences, right? So yeah, in this particular, from this particular lecture, we'll start hands-on as well. We'll actually create all notebook and workspace. We'll start the actual basic hands-on from this episode. So before we start the hands-on, I just want to quickly cover that the workspace is in high level the place where we organize our work, all the work. But the notebook is, if you are familiar with SSIS or ETL package, it's like a script or data flow tags or control flow data flow tags, basically. Notebooks is data flow tags. But when you orchestrate those notebooks, they just become a control flow tags. Like you can move around one notebook after another. You can orchestrate, schedule, change. So you can do those things on workspace and then schedule a job. So it perform and the work is needed. In notebook, there are multiple languages, but for now we'll be focusing on SQL and PySpark. So those are Spark is the main language. We can also use this SQL and then PySpark. When to use the SQL on notebook and when to use the PySpark for notebook is basically if you are dealing with data transformation, analytics, login, table creation, business role things, you can simply use a regular SQL or Spark SQL there. However, for PySpark, it's always good to use ingestion, file handling, complex logic. To use a helper utility or orchestration support, and this kind of thing we use PySpark on notebook. With that being said, let's go to our browser and create a Databricks. Just type the Databricks free edition on your browser, and then hit enter. It'll give this free Databricks browser. So let me click on this link, and then I just need to click continue with Google or Microsoft. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use my the account. Let me do this. Express setup. I'm gonna choose that, and I'm gonna hit some of these. I'm gonna solve the puzzle quickly. Let's see. What is this? Match the number of rocks with the number of the left. There is not 4. There is 3, 2, 1. There is 4. So I think this is the one. I've done verification completed successfully. Let me do tell of yourself. I'm gonna use this Databricks for. I'm gonna choose one. Continue. Oh, it sounds like I gotta choose one. Learn the data and AI. See what Databricks can do. Data warehouse, data lake, data catalog. Probably I can choose those 3. Or let's see. ETL and pipeline. I'm gonna choose those. It's currently setting up my free Databricks account. We don't need to put the password or credit card information, which is good. So look at this. This is all the Databricks edge. So like I showed you guys last time, in left-hand side there's all the menu, the workspace that we talked about, where we can do all of our work. And catalog is all the object like table. Views, store procedure, and things like that. We can create the jobs here. We can schedule jobs. There's multiple, ingestion pipeline, ETL pipeline, and orchestrate the notebook through the job right here that we mentioned earlier. And then compute. When I click the compute is the Spark behind the scene. So it's loading right now. By default, it's give us a serverless compute for us. So this is something. Let me start this serverless compute right now. So this is the computer. This is computer that provided with free. You don't need to pay anything for this. So we'll be working on this Databricks free edition, this edition for our demos. What else? There is a SQL editor where you can write our code like a regular SQL. Create the table, insert, update, delete, do anything we have, do anything like regular SQL. There is a query, is like a history, query history. Is there anything we created? It will stay here. A dashboard is we can create like Power BI dashboard, like or this is for analytics, like data analytics or data scientists use this dashboard. For Jenny, it's AI, and so it's AI for the Databricks. You can ask any question with this Jenny. So once you have the data set ready, you can ask the question here. So let me see. Simple. You need to connect the database. Let me see. Schema. So I don't have the schema. So once you have the schema, then I can connect this, and then I can start the asking question like, what is the max date, or what any question that on our mind. We don't need to write a code. We just write a simple question, and they will answer it, right? So similarly, there is a query history. Any query history that we perform, that will be stay here. SQL data warehouse, it will be on right here. We can create the new SQL data warehouse here as well from here. Data ingestion, from here we can upload the data. This is this two main tab right here. By clicking upload the file, so we can create the table from those file, and also without uploading this file, we can just directly read that file from that location. If you want to do that, you can use this. Like we can save this file on LDLS folder, or S3 bucket on like cloud, and we can work from here. For that, we have to click on this session. Similarly, there is a playground, is another AI tools. This mostly AI and ML, which is for specifically designed. These are specifically designed for data scientists or data analytics. A gateway, experiment, feature, models like create the model from the database we have. Like I mentioned earlier, the Databricks is one stop shop. So all the data engineer, data analytics, or data scientists all will play around here. So AI and ML is for the data scientist basically, and for data engineer, mostly work for this data ingestion runs and create the pipeline through the workspace and catalog job pipeline and things like that. So these are right hand side thing. Upper there is search menu. You can search notebook, table, jobs, dashboard, and things like that. And there is also like and setting option. We can set things like our Git repository. So anything we do our work, it will work with the repo. We can add, if we have the personal Git, things like that, we can set up from here. Okay, so these are a quick overview of Databricks reviews. Let me go to this workspace. For this particular session, we'll be talking about the workbooks and the notebook, right? So in workspace is basically anything we work here. So within a workspace, there will be there is a in your repo. We can set up a repository like GitLab or TFS, whatever. There's a user folder. We can create the user group or anything like that. So people can get access from here and things like that. So what I'm gonna do is this is workspace, right? So next, I wanted to show you the notebook here. Before I go to the notebook, let me quickly upload one of my test file for you guys. So let me click on this, go to the ingestion, click on that add data, and then let me browse one of my data. This is my some sample data I downloaded from internet. So I'm gonna just click this order table. So if I quickly go and show you what order table is look like, right? So this is comma separated value file. It's open right here. This is nothing fancy. let's see, it sounds like there's something popped up here, but the order table is this table has some data in there. So let me upload those data in here. So like in catalog is we can use a workspace, or we can like a database, right? Catalog is database. We can add a new database. We can have a but for now I'm going to use the workspace as a database. For a schema, I can keep in the default schema, or I can create the new schema like a DVO. Let me do the DVO schema. Create the DVO schema, and then I'm gonna have this is a table name order. I think I'm gonna keep the same order. Let me make like small is fine. I can change the name, anything, order to, or things like that, but let me keep the edges. And then you see there is the data is already populated, already inserted here. You can see the data first column is header, and we can also see the data type for each string. If you want to make a change on this data type, we can do so from here. You can just click and change the data type, but however, it looks good to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit on create table now. So create a, once I hit the create table, what it's going to do is it's going to create the order table. Once you have the order table created, then we'll start some of the basic operation like insert, update, delete, and views data on to this order table, right? So you see within a workspace, DView, this is database, DView schema, and order table is created right here. If I go back here, if I go back to the workspace, there's and then if I go to the catalog is my a place where all my tables will stay here, right? So for within catalog, there is a workspace database. Within the workspace, there is a DVO schema, and there is an object called the order. So and then if I click the order again, there is a multiple thing we can do from here. So these are the data that we uploaded. This is a basic overview about that table. If I go to the sample data, click the sample data here, and then we should be able to see fairly quickly. But since it is a our server is a little slow because the free edition. These are the data that we uploaded on order table. If you want to see the details, the detail is we created on this date. The storage is default storage. This is table ID. This is managed table. We'll talk about the managed table versus external table, which is part of the Delta process. We'll be talking on those things in a later session, and probably next session or so. And for now, this is Delta table, and there are some properties. You can make change as well. And for permission for this particular table, we can do manage permission, grant permission, revoke permission, and inherited things like that. From here, we can add the policies, anything. Also, the good thing is any table activity, it will stay here. Anything make change, any table history will be alter history will be here. So we create that table, so it stay as a history for that table. Lineage inside and quality and things like that. So these are the overview for this table. So let me now what I'm going to do is I'm going to since we are covering workspace and then notebook for this session, let me open the notebook here. Okay, so as soon as I hit the click in notebook, it's just created one simple select star from that table using SQL. Let me rename this notebook as my first notebook. My first notebook. And then, like I said, we have the Databricks will have can run through the Python, SQL, Scala, and R. We have a Python, but we have the parenthesis SQL. So it's with this code we can run this SQL code. If I just hit this run button, and let me do let's see, it's hello. I should be able to see select star from database. the catalog and DBO schema and order table. So data should be I should be able to see the result quickly here. Okay, data result was returned. So this is what we had on that file. We just did that select star from that table that we uploaded that file was uploaded on our workspace, and create the table and read the data from that table and in this step. We have already talked about the Spark and how Spark is related to the Databricks. So if I just type Spark, and then if I do the control and enter, it just provide the session ID. So what that does mean is the Spark is already, we don't need to bring Spark's frame manually, but it just work automatically. It's just automatically behind the scene. So when you type the Spark, and then you can see this session ID, Spark session. And the most important another concept is about the data frame. So Spark works. Let me put the data frame here. We need to understand this terminology like data frame. What data frame is, right? So Spark work primarily with the data frame. So whenever we say the data frame is similar like a SQL table or the result set of SQL table. You just remember that data frame is nothing but the data set result set from the query. So we'll know more going forward when we start doing more work, right? Okay, so again, let me read. So this is again in the Python code base in notebook. Let me read the data and that from that table that we created. So to read the data, what you need to do is we read the Spark engine dot. We are going to read the table, and we have to specify the table like workspace. Workspace dot dbo dot orders. So this is what the Spark in a code to read that table, the order table. So workspace dbo dot order. So if I hit this enter, it doesn't show anything. But what you need to do is just show the data frame. What you need to do is we need to type the display. We need to display the result. DSPLAY. And display the result. So what to display? To I mentioned that data frame right here, right? So anything this is our order. Like, hey, give me this result from the order table. So what we need to do is we need to define this as a data frame. Let me do the data frame equals to this, then display that data frame. Right now, once I hit again, it will give me all the result that from that table. Right here. So this is what the Spark and data frame concept. So every time you read the data, you do anything, you can specify the Spark engine, and then I can define that data frame. It can be dof, you can be anything like you name it. So this is just again like a result set of your latest batch, right? Okay. There is another function called show function instead of display function. What we can do is we can type dof. Dof is a data frame from our previous result. So we can just show So we have the two option, like we can do the display and so there is two things. So if you display it should display with this manner. If you just hit the show, it is much faster, but it show it in a different manner. If you are familiar in SQL, there is a multiple way to see the result, right? Similarly, right here we have the show and display. So choose whenever you need. What we can do the print schema from the data frame. So our data was there, and we want to print the schema. Print schema. I can run this print schema and see the schema. So in that table we have order date, country, order ID, quantity, and price, and things like that. There's these data type and null level. So this is how we can see the schema. Similarly, let me quickly comment that out from here, and let me run another like a count. Let me see the count of that data frame, right? df dot count count. If you want to see the count of that the data frame, there is 100 record in here. In SQL, if you want to see that record count, if you want to match this count is right or wrong, you can just go here. Let me click the new tab, and that's SQL. And what you can do is I can dive. Select count count star from. Workspace dot dbo dot order. So I wanna count through the SQL, right? If I just run, let me activate the server again here for the SQL. It should show 100 record from that table as well. This is the simply SQL syntax right here, and this is Spark Spark SQL. Let me, this is we have done the count. Let me quickly show one more like a describe. Let me describe that data frame. Describe dot so function, and then run that. It'll just give everything whatever we have in there. We can also trim it. We can do any other thing, anything like that from that results, right? So similarly, let's do some filtering. Let's start from like in SQL we do the where clause, right? So similarly, let's do column filtering. Let's do column filtering first and the row filtering later. Column. Let me do column filtering. If that's the column filtering, and then I want to do a df was our data frame, latest data frame. I wanted to select some of the column only, not every column, but some of the columns. So to do that, let me go here and then let me copy the column name. Country. Let's see. I wanna have these 3 column. I can't. Let me order date, and here I want to see country in here and order ID. I just want to see 3 column from that table, right? So this is how I want to do it. So again, like I need to put this in another data frame. So this is the new data set. So let me do df underscore trimmed trimmed. So this is new data set, data frame, and I want to display that data frame. Df underscore trim dot so. I'm gonna see these 3 column only. See this 3 column is only populated. Now what I wanna do is I wanna do the row filtering, right? Let me do. Row filtering next. So for that, what you can do is let me df dot filter. Df dot filter. Let me filter by price. If you see that the data, I want to filter by anything that more than $100 or more than $50. Let's say that. Let's say, and the filter df filter df dot price. Price less than $50. Let me see that. So this is another data frame, right? So I have to define the data frame name like df underscore filter equals to this, and I want to resolve. Let me see. I want to display that filter. display display. My filter. So if I run this, I'm expecting only the result that are less than $50. You see, this less than $50. Okay, and what I want to do next is I want to see the distinct, if there is any duplicate record, right? See any duplicate. Find any duplicate. So let's see df. Df is our original data frame, and I wanted to select these with the product. Let me see any product was there as a duplicate. Select product. Let me do that. City product, and what I wanted to do was I want to see the distinct product. Distinct. D-I-S-T-I-N-C-T. Okay, so this is what I want to see, and I want to put those in the result set in again a new data frame. So I'm going to see the data frame called distinct product equals to, and I want to see this distinct product result in display function with the display function. Display distinct DIS distinct product, and if I run this. Okay, so I'm having some errors automatically suggested this this error. So I'm gonna accept that error. Distinct product. Okay, the error is gone. So what we have done here was we select the distinct product ID and set that on this variable and display that result. And these are the distinct product dataset. Next, what I want to do is let me just copy the code that have. I want to see if there anything, any duplicate altogether. Like I want to give all the column name on that table and then see if there is more than one count per that, right? And let me see if there is any duplicate. There is duplicate. So there's a good thing about this is we have debug diagnose error also, and what we can do, we can ask what it will. So function parameter is country code cannot be resolved. Let's see what is happening. Oh, okay. Okay, I understand what I've done here. So basically, what is country code cannot be resolved. What was happened was in this I copy and paste this code. Actually, I have the country column, but on my code there is a country code. So what I need to do is I need to remove that country code. I rename it earlier. So can run this. Again, it says the price order quantity. Let me see what. Good thing is like when I get the error, it's automatically diagnose that error and fix it. The earlier, but if you see that the red arrow, I'm not sure if I can zoom it. But there is complaint about the another column, so it's already detected that issues, and then it is error suggestion green. So I'm going to accept that green, and then I'm going to try rerunning again. So with that, there is no duplicate found, right? So this is what I try to run the duplicate with this group by and filter more than one count. So there is no duplicate. Now I wanted to add one record for the to make the duplicate. So let me do this. So let me do df dot union. Union. I'm going to union. What I'm going to union is the same df dot one record. I'm going to union one record from that same data frame, and then I'm going to update that data frame as a df, another data frame, and then I'm going to display the df again. Hope you are following with me here. So I'm adding one more record, one record to the same data frame and displaying with the data frame. So if I go back now and run this query, I should be able to say the one record as a duplicate. So I'm rerunning this again. You see, there's one record as a duplicate. Now I wanted to delete that duplicate. So there is a drop duplicate thing. So if I want to drop the duplicate, df dot drop duplicate or watermark. There's multiple thing you can choose from here. Drop duplicate, and let me copy all this script from here, all the script column from here. Okay, drop duplicate from this column. Let me add brackets here, and these, and once to drop it, and then I'm going to display the result. So display the df. Before I display the df, I have to give df and define that df again, right? So let me run this. So with that, it should drop that result. And if I go back and rerun this, duplicate, find the duplicate query, should no result found, right? So it's already dropped that result. Now we have the unique results. So this is how we can do. Let me do one more thing. Let's do update, right? Let's update some column or record. Yeah, or add a column. Let's say what I want to do is I have the quantity, I have a price as well. So what I want to do is I wanted to create a new column on this table called the gross sale. So this is price, this is quantities, order quantity. So I'm gonna make the gross sale. So let me find GROSS gross SELL cell, right? Let me name that, and let me do this is there is a div dot with column with column function. There is with a column. If you want to rename the column with column rename. If you want add a column, we can use with column and things like that. There's multiple function we can use. So let me use with column, and then I want to keep a new column name is a gross sale, gross SELL sale, and what that gross sale should do is basically I want to do get from the data frame. I want to the price into a quantity, right? So it's already suggested this the price and quantity. So I just choose this df quantity into df price, and then I'm gonna have this result set in df, and what I'm gonna display this df. DSPLAY display and df again, right? So it sounds like there's a syntax error. That is because I have to make this in big brackets, but let me see. I'm gonna if I can run this. So there is a syntax error, right? So it's already detected, and that's what syntax error is. I think I missed that by a small quotes here. So I'm gonna accept that new syntax and then run it. Again, it says, and there is error. So again, it automatically suggests that, hey, fix this. So this is very nice. We don't have to spend a lot of time to about the syntaxing thing. So you see, with that, this table I have successfully added this column, gross sale column. Cool. Okay, I think we have covered some basic stuff to write a notebook, play around or the table, insert, update, delete, and this, the table function using a notebook. You can save this notebook, and we can have multiple notebook, and then we can run those. We can have this procedure within a notebook. We can have multiple rules within notebook, and we can orchestrate the notebook as a part of the job. Create and run the job. So those are the main main thing, or if I can go that workbook order, there is a TBS schema. We have this, and if I search my previous notebook from here, click on notebook, and then it will detect my notebook. I can reopen that my notebook from here. The another item I just wanted to quickly show you is if you want to do anything, if you are not sure how the code works, there is Genie is attached right here. So just click right here and then ask your the query in simple language. Hey, give me the expensive, the most exp expensive product. Okay, let me see. And just generate this. It will generate this query for us. So most expensive query, what it did is G of order by price descending, and it just select the product and price limit one, just display one, and define on one variable, most expensive product variable, and the is display this variable, which looks good. I am accepting that and run it. You see, I don't have to write any single code. So this is what is most expensive product from here. That's pretty cool. I think this is all I wanted to cover as a part of these videos. It's going longer. So these are notebooks tutorial. You can what you can do. I recommend you can download again this your Databricks, and then you can upload it on one sample file, get from some internet, or create by your own and play around. So you can practice more just like this. So you can build your confidence about the coding, how did this work, what is df, what is show function, what is count function, and things like that, right? So this is really cool. It's really very, very great stuff. Um, so with that being said, I think we are going to wrap up this particular session, and we'll be moving into next episode where we are creating the tables on Databricks or other stuff. So thanks for watching right here. Bye for now.